Hello and welcome to this week's West Coast Today podcast with me, Kathy Griffiths.
Me, Sandy Neal.
Me, Matt Young.
And me, Owen Wild.
This week we've been hearing that after an 18-month fundraising campaign, child loss charity Anand Karafaska has successfully raised £50,000 to secure a second bereavement retreat caravan at Tralee Bay Coastal Parks. This new haven, Gabriel's Oasis, will open in February 2026, offering 15 years of free restorative holidays to grieving families. Fundraising is ever ongoing for this wonderful charity, and if you can help come up with ideas and events, they'd love to hear from you. Also in this week's OT, online and in paper, we have a roundup of festive events from the weekend, including the incredible tractor runs in Benderloch and Oban. I heard that at Benderloch, even the Grinch put in an appearance. 34 brightly lit vehicles took part in the Oban event, and although an official count is still to take place, over £800 has been raised so far to be split between Oban Mountain Rescue Team, Argyll Young Farmers and agricultural charity RET, and they teach youngsters all about farming and where their food comes from, something we all need to know and appreciate. What have you got for us this week, Sandy?
Thank you very much, Kathy. It's mostly been council news from me this week. Councillors have heard it would be illegal not to give chief officers a pay rise, despite the council planning drastic job and service cuts. The Scottish Government is changing its visitor levy legislation following pressure from the tourism sector, giving councils the power to impose a simpler fixed fee. And a row between councillors in Oban has ended in censure. Moving up north into the Lochaber Times, a project to replace the Isle of Canna's only community space, a drafty old shed, with a multi-million-pound hub, has had a huge boost from the Scottish Government. And train passengers on the frigid West Highland Line this winter may have to wear waterproofs on top of their thermals, or even pop up an umbrella inside the carriage, after roof leaks soaked seats with rainwater.
Thanks, Sandy. Hello, Matt. What have you been working on?
Hello, Kathy, thank you. Oban Community Play Park has been saved following the election of a new committee. The charity, responsible for the upkeep of the play park near Atlantis Leisure, had been forced to call an EGM after no one stepped forward to fill the roles last month. An academic report into the ferry service has called on CMAL and CalMac to merge after identified declining trust in the service. Vague and pure communications, alongside islanders being over-consulted and underheard, were among the other findings. You can read all about it in this week's paper and watch my extended interview with co-author Jeanette Finlay online at www.westcoasttoday.co.uk.
Thanks, Matt. And last but definitely not least, Owen, what stories do you have for us this week?
Thank you, Kathy. This week in Oban, Domino's opened to the delight of pizza lovers all over Lorne, and urgent repairs are coming to Tonolly Castle. Across the water on Coll, the community is attempting to band together and buy the HQ of the island's former largest employer, Project Trust. And on Mull, the cost of rockfall mitigation works needed to reopen the B8035 at Grulin Rocks has been calculated, and the figures go into the tens of millions of pounds. Finally, from me, the axing of telecare in Argyll and Bute would be ridiculous and put unnecessary strain on already overworked emergency services. That's according to both users and staff of the Council's Emergency Response Service, who have reacted following the news that the HSCB is considering cutting the service to save £1.8 million. Find the full story on www.westcoasttoday or in this week's copy of the Oban Times. Now, Fee is down in Campbelltown this week, so I'm here to tell you about her breaking story on the front page of the Lochaber Times. Fort William has been bypassed for Pride of Place funding, despite meeting all criteria and putting together what Bidford William felt was a very strong case. The funding was worth $2 million a year for the next decade.
That's it from us this week, just giving you a taste of some of the many stories we have lined up for you. If you have a story or a photograph you'd like to share with us, you can email us at editor@obantimes.co.uk or editor@lochabertimes.co.uk. You can also call us on 01631 568 000, and you can get in touch via our social media platforms. Don't forget to pick up a copy of this week's papers at all the usual retail spots, and you can also get all the very latest by subscribing to www.westcoasttoday.co.uk. So it's goodbye from me, Kathy Griffiths.
Goodbye from me, Sandy Neal.
Goodbye from me, Matt Young.
And goodbye from me, Owen Wild.
Bye.
Hey, hey.